Rook Knight here, thanks for joining me. Just wanted to show you a little homemade vise I did, and by just throwing some things together. I purchased this part here for $8, and the rest of the stuff I had kind of laying around, and I wanted to show you what I did. First, we start off with this is a fishing magnet, and this plate right here is actually an electrical plate that I blued, but because it's hard to disconnect this magnet from that without getting it scuffed, I'm not going to do that. But I wanted to just show you what I did. So I took this fishing magnet part off, unscrewed the bolt. Sadly, the bolt didn't fit what I needed, so that's useless. Then what I proceeded to do was take this off of my old stand. So this is useless here, so I tossed that. And I saved this, and now I needed some way to connect that, so I went digging around and I found a bolt. It was a little bit longer than it should have been, but I cut that down with the Dremel, and then just because I wanted to make sure it fit flush, I buffed that down a little bit with a chisel, and then was big enough to insert through here and then onto this. So now I have the stand halfway completed here. The fishing magnet I had gotten off of something. It was a free tester magnet, believe it or not, which sounds kind of weird, but that's really how it went. So that was actually free, and the stand for that matter was free too. It came with a light up kit. Anyway, so I took this part off here because that was kind of useless to me. And then I added a small bolt, which I thought I had here. Here we go. Just added a small little bolt here. Screw that down, and then this has two different attachments for different sizes, so it fit perfectly on this. I attach this here, and now I can lock it off into place. Also, what I did was underneath my mat here, I put an old saw blade, old circular saw blade. So now when I set this down, I have magnetic force. So this creates a nice, strong, sturdy place to work. And then I just can lock down my thing and I'm good to go. I don't know, I just wanted to share. Thought it came out pretty decent for being a bunch of miscellaneous parts. And I love this little arm that Chris Capoon recommended. Definitely fallen in love with that, and wanted to make something a little bit more. Also, you know, and also if I did want to, I can also just unscrew this and then, you know, pick from hand, of course, if I wanted to. Put a lock in there and then pick it in hand. But I also like the idea of having a vise as well if I wanted it or needed it. More so for probably videotaping and stuff or whatever. But this really has worked out fantastic. And like I said, with having the magnet, here grabs a hold of it. It just that little bit more support. And the reason why I added this plate here was just to make it less tipsy kind of thing on that. But the magnet really does a great job. But also if I'm on something that's not magnetic, the weight alone of this and then the angle, like the floor out being splayed out, gives good thing for just being out if I was out on my table and stuff. But all right, that's it right there, guys. That's how I built a little homemade jig. Works out fantastic, and I really truly like it. Hope that gives somebody some inspiration to make something of their own without having to worry about spending a whole bunch. Things you got laying around the house, you know, and just throwing pieces together, and you'd be surprised what you can get. All right, guys, thanks for letting me share. Hope everybody's doing well. Take care, guys.